आजकल कितने मसले हैं कि जी डिप्रेशन हो गया, मेंटल डिजीज हो गई,
खाने की वजह से हो रहा है।
It's what you put in your body.
इट्स ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ फूड, और कोई रीजन ही नहीं है।
There's a well-known phrase, is no health without mental health, and we all know that's more true now than ever before, because physical health is related to mental health and vice versa. And you may be in good health, but if you don't have all the basic amenities of life, you're not going to be mentally, emotionally set enough to live life. And even those who don't have a mental illness, if they're just surviving, not thriving, they're still not reaching mental health.
Mental illness is a lot harder for people to understand because it's not tangible. It can't be seen. And to be honest, even people who are in the field, there's a huge lack of understanding to date about the causes of mental health issues.
Well, similar to the rest of the world globally, depression and anxiety, which is called the common mental disorders or the common cold of psychiatry, is most prevalent. You can have mild depression to moderate, where people may be really sad, not living their best lives but functioning, all the way to moderate to severe, where people are suicidal and really not able to participate in life. So you have anxiety. Then you have serious mental illnesses. Usually they are anywhere from 2 to 5% in any given society. By serious mental illnesses we mean schizophrenia or bipolar disorder or severe forms of other anxiety disorders.
In the short term, people can just be very disabled and unhappy, and maybe they may be struggling with their roles in life. And in the longer term, we look at the community and the society as a whole. People are unable to be productive in any way. There should be a certain duration, so they should be prolonged. They should be severe enough to affect functioning on a day-to-day basis, and they should cause some level of distress for the person. So if these basic criteria are met, then it is something that requires attention from a mental health professional. People might say something like, okay, you don't look depressed, or you look fine. Why do you think you're depressed? It's all in your head. So none of these things are very helpful. And what that then does is that it isolates the person, because he or she would feel that nobody understands what they're going through. In Pakistan, I would say we basically have two kinds of mental health providers. We have psychiatrists and we have psychologists. And it's very clear that people who require medications go to psychiatrists, and people who require psychotherapy of any kind have to go to psychologists.
So there's therapy, there's medicine, There's also rehabilitation. If you've undergone a more severe mental illness and you need to rebuild functionality, then there's also rehabilitation. Usually people first go seek help to a psychiatrist via medicine, and that should actually be the last resort. One should try everything else out before turning to medicine. And I think the first thing is, it's not going to happen to me. It's going to be the other person. We genuinely believe that reality as many as 1 in 3 suffer, but we always believe that we'll be part of the other 2 or the other 3. It won't happen to us. The other misconception is that people believe that this only happens to rich people or this only happens to poor people, but we're all equally susceptible to mental health issues because we can all experience traumas in our life, and we all do.
Well, there are also myths and lack of awareness. So some people don't get the right care because they just don't have the awareness that what they're dealing with is a mental illness. A lot of times they will end up in a traditional treatment setting, like seeing a spiritual healer or a peer or at a mazar, because they feel that there's some supernatural cause for the illness. So that is lack of awareness. And then there is stigma, where people who may have a little more awareness are still reluctant to be seen going to a psychiatrist or any mental health professional. I think stigma is the highest, in my opinion, in the middle and upper middle class, where people worry more about what other people might say. And a major aspect of it is the chances of their children getting married or getting the right marriage proposals. Anxiety and depression for some people can be curable, which means that they can be treated with medications or therapy or a combination, and then be off all kinds of medications and be fine. Whereas some people with anxiety or depression may even require medications for life. Don't delay seeking care, because the more you delay, the more severe the illness, the more prolonged the care, and the more severe the damage.